Hey there, Stampers. Susan here with Pumpkin Hill Stampers, and it's Monday, November 9th, and we've got a new mystery case, Mystery Case 27, and this week we're focusing on background stamping, okay? So I wanted to do a background stamping week with you guys in my plans, but then a few weeks ago Stampin' Up! Shared 3 projects with demonstrators that were focusing on background stamping, so I've decided I'm going to case their projects for you this week. So I don't have their specific stamp sets that they used, but I do have my own stamp sets. So I'm going to case the ideas for you. So here's the first one, Dove of Hope. Okay, this is the one I'm going to case for you today. We've got this one, which they used Festive Post. So you can see they did background stamping, then they created a focal point. And then the third one is this Warm Hugs, where they used kind of a mini stamp to create a background and then added their sentiment. So I'll do that one on Wednesday. So I'm going to case their samples for you this week while we talk about background stamping. So background stamping is maybe one of the easiest ways to add texture or make your cardstock look full. That's the way I usually talk about it, is like creating a background image, kind of like pattern paper, but just with your stamps, and then adding a focal point on top. Well, this time our background stamping is actually going to be the focal point. So that's a little bit of a twist on it. Okay, so let's get started. So background stamping. I've decided for the one I'm actually going to make for you today, I'm going to use, this is the Joy to the World Paper Pumpkin set that came last month that I really like. I'm going to use this one today to make you a simple stamped card. So this is our pattern, okay? So I have a piece of Whisper White cardstock, just standard Whisper White cardstock. I've cut it in half, scored it in half, and now I fold it in half, okay? Then I have another piece, which is cut down to be 3 3/4 by 5, I think. Yeah, I think that's what I cut it down to be. And then I have a 1-inch strip that I had left over, and I'm going to put my sentiment on that. And then, of course, I have my envelope. Okay, so let's do some stamping. So I've chosen to use Old Olive and Real Red, because those are pretty basic colors that a lot of people have in their collections. But, of course, you could use any green and any red type if you wanted to. So I'm going to stamp one wreath here. Then I'm going to ink it up, and I'm going to stamp it again off to the side, and then one more time up in the corner. Now, you can see I wasn't worried about getting the image on the cardstock. They all kind of flow over the edge. Okay, we call that active edge stamping. So just because it's a full image doesn't mean you need to use the full image on your card. Okay, now I'm just going to add Real Red Berries. So I'm just going to space these out. Now, remember last week we did the wreaths and I kind of did around the clock method? So I'm kind of going to repeat that with my berries so that I kind of keep them spaced out and not too close, but I still kind of fill it all in. But I'm not really worrying about placement, I'm just kind of putting them on there. So, I don't know if any of you have actually ever made real wreaths, but you can't always get things right where you want them. They kind of go where they fit. Okay, so there's that. So then remember I have this 1-inch piece of scrap. I'm going to ink up my Merry Christmas sentiment in Real Red. I'm going to stamp this near the end. Now I could have measured it ahead of time, but I just knew it would fit on 1 inch. And then I'm just going to take my paper snips and just trim it to length. Just like that. Okay? Okay, so now I have my pieces. Now I'm going to put the whole thing together with dimensionals. So everything will have a little bit of a pop, and I don't have to fuss with the tape runners at all. So that's kind of a nice bonus to use in dimensionals. Okay, so let's peel all these off. So let's see, I think I want it this way. All right, so I'm just going to center this on my card, just like that. And then I'm going to peel off the backers on my card. And I could do it on this side, or I could do it on that side. I think I'm going to do it I'm going to do it right here in the middle. There. Okay, so, oh, right, envelope. Don't forget the envelope. Okay, so I want to put my wreath up in the corner, kind of like a quarter wreath. And again, we'll add some dots. There we go. All right, so quick, simple stamping, quick, simple card. All I used was Whisper white cardstock and the envelope and 2-color ink and the stamp set that I already had from my paper pumpkin. So if you have that, you're good to go. But I'm sure you have other stamps you could do this with. So again, that's the idea. And then here was my one that I just did for you, but now I've got 2 other ones to share with you because I kind of liked this idea. So I've got snowman season. Okay, I used the fun little snowman here juggling snowballs, and I stamped him 3 times, and then I added this little background stamp a couple of times over and around, fill that in a little bit more, right, background stamping. So I've got my 3 big images, and then I filled it a little bit, and then again I just stamped the Merry Christmas on a 1-inch piece, trimmed it to size, and I put that all together with dimensionals too. So kind of blue on blue. If you wanted to, you could add chalk marker to the little snowman, or you could have embossed him in white, right, and then he really would have popped. So, but to keep it simple, I just did ink, but you could really dress that up with embossing or your chalk marker or your Wink of Stella. So lots of ideas there. And then Christmas Gleaming, right, I love this holly. I have to admit, when I bought Christmas Gleaming, I bought it for the holly stamp, right? These are great that they match the paper punch, but I really like the holly stamp. So I created the same card idea. Okay, I stamped the holly 3 times. Now this one I used my clear blender pen, and I blended the color on the leaves right after I stamped it. And then I just used my real red marker to go back and color my berries. And then I stamped the Merry Christmas and just trimmed that down to size off a piece of scrap white, and I put all that together with dimensionals. So 3. And then I thought, well, how would that look on a note card? Because note cards would be a really easy way to make a lot of holiday cards quickly. You get 20 in a bundle, and you get the envelope to match. So if you have a stamp set that you could recreate this idea with, and you already have your ink, all you need is a package of note cards, and you could make 20 holiday cards in a snap. So this time I repeated that still. I stamped it 3 times. Okay, you can see they're a little closer together this time, but I still just have 3 times. I colored it the same with my blender and my marker, and this time I just stamped my Merry Christmas right on my card. And then I just stamped the envelope. So easy cards, really easy. So a fun, different way of thinking about background stamping, right? Instead of filling the whole space with the background image, right? We just kind of let the image be the pattern on the card, and we add our sentiment. So that's it, guys. So like I said, I've got 2 more I'm going to case ideas for you the next couple of days, and I hope you'll try a few of them on your own. Remember, your cards don't have to be holiday cards. I'm just kind of still in that holiday theme in my head. Maybe I'll switch mine up tomorrow and not do holiday cards. We'll see. So have some fun today. Think about what you want to stamp. Pull your stuff out. Play with it. Simple cards, guys. It can be simple. They don't have to be super extravagant. You don't need to die cut stuff. You don't need to add a lot of embellishment. You can just stamp. Just stamp and have a couple of layers and have fun with it. All right? All right. Here we go. Mystery Case 27 background stamping is underway. All right, everybody. Catch me again tomorrow, and don't forget, you can comment here either on my YouTube video, or if you're getting my blog email, shoot me an email or go back out to the blog and send a comment there too. Okay, all that helps me out. Thanks, everybody. I will see you on Tuesday. Bye-bye.